Beautiful Aries, what's happening, what's cracking, and what's poppin', baby? It's your boy, for CancerMoonsTarot, coming at you guys with your April 2020 love tarot reading. I hope you guys are well. If so, let me know down in the comments down below. Keep in mind this reading is general. If it resonates, that's awesome. If not, it's not your message. Feel free to check out any other amazing tarot readers that we got here on YouTube, okay? These messages may resonate backwards or vice versa, so take them how they resonate if they apply to your particular situation. If you guys would like, you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter, which is all linked down below, and you guys can also check out my sister and her boyfriend's YouTube channel. That is the first link in the description if you guys want to take a look into my family's life. Nonetheless, Aries, let's get on into your reading, baby, and see what's cracking. Messages for Aries, please. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs throughout April 2020. What messages do you got coming through for my beautiful Aries, please? Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs throughout April 2020. Let's go ahead and get ourselves one last shuffle and see what messages we got coming through, man. Hopefully we got some fantastic stuff. Let's go ahead and see what's going on, man. Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus throughout April 2020. Aries, your overall energy here is the Queen of Pentacles. You can be connecting possibly with an earth sign here, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. Your current energy is the Chariot. The person you are connecting with here is the King of Swords, and the outcome that's present, Aries, is the Star card. So you may be dealing possibly with a Cancer or an Aquarius here. Based on what I'm seeing currently, though, I do feel that there's a good majority of you guys right now who are really focusing on getting yourself out of a situation where you don't feel very comfortable. The King of Swords talks about somebody who could be very much so in the stern, aggressive, or passive-aggressive even kind of vibe. And I feel like this is someone here who is bringing in this energy that is making you rather uncomfortable. This energy that's making you want the time to pass on by. It's almost like you're trying to avoid someone here. The Queen of Pentacles talks about taking care of yourself, and if you have to take care of yourself while avoiding somebody, it definitely seems like there is something very distinct going on. As for the outcome that's present here, Aries, you got here the Star card, and the Star card talks about having hope and faith that things are going to work out. So a lot of you guys are putting your faith and hope into that things are going to work out perfectly fine for you with this forward movement that you're having, okay, or that's happening, excuse me. So that's what I'm feeling here overall. You are trying to escape this King of Swords is the vibe that's coming through. Let's get some clarification on that. What is this King of Swords representing for Aries? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs throughout April 2020. What is this King of Swords representing for Aries throughout April 2020? Okay, and we got here Knight of Swords, okay? Following through with one more card, and we got here the World card. There is still this theme of you wanting to escape from somebody, walk away from somebody, start into a new cycle. King of Swords also talks about, or with the clarification, sorry, with the King of Swords clarified by the Knight of Swords, it talks about somebody in pursuit. But when you look at the Knight of Swords, you know, this face is of a guy who is screaming and yelling and casting on, right? And I feel very strongly here, Aries, that you're trying to escape somebody in the way that they're communicating towards you. Okay? The way they're communicating towards you is not something you're very fond of, not something that brings you happiness. I think it's something that brings pain, okay? So you could be surrounded in an environment right now, and keep in mind, an environment can be just one person. But I think you're surrounded by an environment right now that's unhealthy for you, that you're really trying to get away from, because it doesn't bring happiness into your life. It brings negativity and pain there, okay? Clarifying this Chariot card, what is one of the main reasons that Aries here is trying to move away from somebody? Clarify that Chariot, okay? And we got here the Ten of Swords. Okay, you want something to end. And if you want something to end that bad, Aries, the circumstance you're in definitely must be a very unpleasant one, all right? So we're going to take a look into this reading. And of course, you know, if it resonates, take what resonates. If it doesn't, it's not your reading, okay? So what I'm going to do here, Aries, is I'm going to go into the person you're dealing with. I'm going to take a look at how they feel towards you and what is going on with them throughout April 2020. Then I'm going to take a look at how you feel towards them, what's going on with you throughout April 2020. We'll see where energies align, and then we'll see the outcome for April. Now, in regards to who Aries is dealing with, how do they feel towards Aries, please? Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus throughout April 2020. How does the person that Aries is dealing with feel towards Aries, and what is going on with them throughout April 2020? All right, let's go ahead here and take a look. You got here Four of Wands. You got here the Strength card. You got here the Emperor card. Okay, I want to point this out. that for some Aries here, this could be about your parent, okay? The Emperor card can talk about a mother, a father, or somebody who's a guardian, okay? This could be that, you know, for some, this could be your current living situation. Let's say you still live with your parents. You could be dealing with the narcissistic parent who always thinks that they're right. They always think that they're correct. They try to take control of your life, but they try to show the world that you're like one big happy family. There could be a number of Aries that are going through that, okay? So if you're an Aries going through this, you know, your parents or like whoever's taking care of you or whoever you live with is trying to show the world, you know, we're one big happy family, but under that, you know, fake perception that they're giving to the world, you know, they're really this, the Emperor, somebody who's controlling, somebody who's toxic, okay? So there could be a good amount of you guys right now who are trying to escape a home situation due to the fact that you just feel like it's very unhealthy. We got here the Eight of Pentacles, we got here the Hangman card, then we got the Three of Wands, the Three of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles. So I feel like whoever you're connecting with here, Aries, I feel like they wear a very big mask. The mask that they're wearing is not for you particularly because they show you who they are, but they wear a mask around other people. Whoever you're connecting with feels that they are stuck with you, and I think that that brings them a lot of misery. So I don't know why I keep getting this home situation thing. I also could be a relationship. If you're in a relationship with somebody, Aries, they could feel like they're stuck with you. And because this person feels that, I think they take it out on you. They take out their misery on you. And it's really disrespectful. It's really unhealthy. It's not a good vibe here at all. As you can tell, with the energy vibing right now, it's not a very high vibrational reading. But of course, we have to have the dark just as much as we need the light. Okay, and then sometimes in dark situations, we need to go through the dark to reach the light. So this reading is technically essential for those of you that are resonating to it. All right, so I feel here that with who you're connecting with, they are the type of person who tries to hold things over your head. Take a look at the Six of Pentacles here. You see how this man over here is feeding one person and the other person's left hungry. They almost have this manipulation tactic where they try to say that they take care of you and that they do everything for you, and they try to like pin it almost as if you're ungrateful. There could be a number of you Aries experiencing that as well. Wow, we have a very psychologically tormented person inflicting that misery on you, a very big projector here. And I think that this person tries to work with what's going on. I think that they're very miserable in their life. I think that they try to, you know, be better. I think they try to better themselves, but it doesn't work out because ultimately they're in a position where they feel that they can't do no wrong. And that's a very narcissistic like kind of feeling. I think this person that you're connecting with, Aries, is dabbling in some narcissistic energies. Whether they're a full-blown narcissist, whether they're a little bit narcissistic, I feel like your person has narcissism problems, and those tendencies that they have, those narcissistic tendencies, are what they're projecting onto you. All right? And that's what I'm seeing coming through so far. So they try to show the world that they're the best, that they're number one, that they treat you the best, whatever. But on the inside, they know that they are not treating you how they should. But they don't care because when you're a narcissist, the only person you care about is yourself, right? So that's what I'm feeling coming through here so far. In regards to how Aries feels towards the person they're dealing with and what's going on with Aries, let's take a look there. Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs throughout April 2020. How does Aries feel towards the person they're dealing with, and what is going on with Aries throughout April 2020? What do we got? So we got here the Ten of Wands. First card out. You know, definitely being in a position where you are tired of everything that's going on. You're getting rather drained. You're getting rather burnt out in this situation. You got here Page of Cups and an Eight of Cups. So Aries, I feel like you have tried to have so many conflict resolutions with your person here, whether it's your parent, lover, friend, etc. You tried to have a lot of conflict resolutions with them. You know, you've offered out your hand saying, hey, you know what? We're not mixing and mingling. Let's try to find some sort of level ground here, some meet me in the middle kind of energy where we both can resonate peacefully with one another instead of having many different types of disagreements, right? So I think you've tried to fix the situation. You've tried to have heart-to-heart conversations, but with the Eight of Cups here, it got to the point where nothing you say gets to this person's head. Like nothing you say it blows right over them. It's in one ear and out the other. You feel like your person here just doesn't understand you. So with the Eight of Cups, you have kind of gotten to the point of defeat. You feel like you are not gonna win in this situation. You feel like you are not going to be able to change the circumstances. So it's like, okay, here's my next move. I need to remove myself from this situation. All right, and that comes with the Seven of Wands. The Seven of Wands talks about removing yourself from a situation, limiting yourself from something. All right, Seven of Pentacles, Nine of Cups, Knights of Pentacles, Ace of Wands, and the Magician. So you're really looking for a new future. You're really looking for a new beginning here. Seven of Pentacles, it talks about you being as patient as you possibly can, but I feel like you're starting to get rather fed up. You know, you tried to be really patient with this person, Aries. You tried to hope that things would change. You've tried to tell them how you feel. You've expressed yourself, and they still don't care. And I honestly, we've had readings like this before, Aries. I want to say a few months ago. We had a reading very similar to this. Not the exact same, but very similar. And sometimes, Aries, you know, people will look at an Aries and they'll say, Aries are one of the most out there, bold type of people. But sometimes, you know, if somebody can psychologically fuck with an Aries that badly, you know, they take your power away. And this person is taking your power away. And I think you've been patient with the circumstances at hand, because like I said, if this is a home situation, some of you guys may be looking for a new house or looking for an apartment or something, and maybe you don't have the money right now to do that. So keep in mind, if some of you guys are living with your parents and this is about your parents, you're finding it incredibly hard to remove yourself from them, especially if you feel like you don't have the payments to survive and thrive away from them. And maybe that's what I was saying before with throwing things in your face. You could be dealing with a parent who throws it in your face that they take care of you and that they pay the bills. Meanwhile, that is a parent's job and duty. Okay? And I get it. If you're over 18, you know, you have to have some sort of responsibilities, right? But it doesn't make it healthy, nor does it make it right for a parent to throw that in your face. It doesn't. It doesn't make it right at all. Okay? So if that's what's going on, that'll resonate to you. But I feel like there is something that is holding you back from being able to truly move forward, whether that be a limitation on finances, whether that be a limitation on, you know, maybe you feel like you're guilt tripped into staying where you are, right? Let's talk about that for a second. Clarify here, the Ten of Swords, you know, what is really holding Aries back from being able to truly move forward and distance themselves from their person here, okay? We got here the Moon card, which talks about emotions. We got here the Page of Wands, and we got here the Seven of Swords. I do feel a lot of manipulation and guilt tripping here, Aries, so whoever you're connecting with could be guilt tripping you to stay. You know, they could see that you're ready to walk away, and they could guilt trip you to try to stay. So you could be connecting with a person whose mood will change very consistently. They'll want you out, they'll want you away, and then they'll want you back. You could be dealing with somebody who's doing that to you, okay? And if so, that's emotional manipulation, and you have to stop allowing yourself to be manipulated by it. How do you stop yourself from that? You recognize what they're doing. So bring into your awareness what this person is doing to keep you around. Nonetheless, here, you have the Nine of Cups and you have the Knight of Pentacles. What you are really desiring, Aries, throughout the month of April is to have your own individuality. You're desiring your own stability in regards to your individualism. You want individual stability. You want to be stable on your own. You want to live your life on your own. You don't want this person interfering, and you don't want them coming in with this very possessive and controlling energy. You want to live your life as your own individual, and I can totally resonate with that, because that is what you deserve, you know? Especially when the older you grow, the more individual you should be becoming. So that's what you're looking towards. And with the Ace of Wands to the Magician card, this talks about manifesting a brand new beginning. You're looking towards manifesting a new beginning. The thing is that you need, with the Magician card talks about having all the tools you need to create a new beginning. You are trying to make sure during the month of April that you have all your tools. That's what I think is happening here. So throughout the month of April, you are scavenging up all your tools, rounding up all your tools that you can in order for you to distance away from this individual and start your own individual life. All right, you don't want somebody controlling you anymore with that Emperor. You don't want somebody lashing out their misery on you any longer. And you don't want somebody who projects to the world a fake version of themselves but decides to show you the real one. Not a good vibe here. And I wish the best of luck to all of you in this situation, because I know how difficult these can get, because we're dealing with a reading here that can resonate to multiple different things. It can resonate to home situations with parents. It can resonate to toxic partnerships and love. This could resonate to toxic friendships. There are so many different things this reading can pertain to. That's why it's a general one, but there are so many different situations and there's so many different limitations. And throughout the month of April, the main thing here is cracking the code of the limitations, being able to work with what you got to get away from them so that you may start your own individual life, and whatever's limiting you, you're trying to break through that, okay? So this is breaking free from those chains, all right? In regards here where energies are aligning between Aries and the person they're dealing with, let's take a look. Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs throughout April 2020, where energies aligning between Aries and the person that they're dealing with, please. We got here the Four of Pentacles, we got here the Temperance, we got here the Two of Pentacles, and we got here the Wheel of Fortune. The longer you withdraw yourself from this person, the more you're going to start to notice that you feel better. The more you're going to start to notice that you feel happier, you feel healed, your emotion is changing. So that is the answer to your question, and that is the answer in this reading. The answer is that you need to get away from someone, and you're well aware of that. And you're going to start to notice the more you are limiting yourself from them, the more happier you're becoming, the more the more grounded, thank you, you are becoming. And with the Two of Pentacles to the Wheel of Fortune, I think there's no more debating on trying to fix what's going on. I think you need to know what needs to be done. I think you really have to walk away here. This cycle has to come to an ending with this person. Because remember, in the past, you've debated, you've tried to talk to them, you've tried to express how you feel, you've tried to have conversations to make peace, and it didn't work out. And I think right now, you're coming to that self-recognition that you cannot change the way a person is. They have to change themselves. So, excuse me guys, I'm sorry, I'm having problems here. Thank you, I had a burp. You know when you get like a burp stuck in your throat? It is the worst feeling ever. Anyways, man, getting back into the reading though, with your person, you can't change them. They can only change themselves. And that's the problem. And especially when you're dealing with somebody with narcissistic tendencies, they're never going to see a reason to change. Therefore, they're going to be stuck in their own cycle until it comes into their awareness to change, So over here with the Two of Pentacles and the Wheel of Fortune, I think you're recognizing, nah, this isn't debatable anymore. I gotta go. And as for the overall outcome between you two throughout the month of April, let's take a look. Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs throughout April 2020. What is the overall outcome between Aries and the person they're dealing with? Okay, Eight of Wands. Creating distance, forward movement, Five of Cups, accepting the defeat, High Priestess, following your intuition, and Four of Cups, isolating yourself. So you will hear throughout the month of April, Aries, you will be isolating yourself from this person. So with that Eight of Wands to the Five of Cups, this is you walking away. And as you are walking away from this person, intuitively, you know that now, as you've walked away, you know that it makes you feel better. You recognize this is what you were meant to do, and you're going to keep your distance. So you will be walking away from somebody here, constructing a game plan to get out of this current circumstance you're in, dealing with this person who has narcissistic tendencies and projection issues. You will be walking away from that. And keep in mind, man, we're moving into your birth month. So I actually didn't even say happy birthday in the beginning of the video. I'm sorry about that. I was going to do that in the mid-months and make sure Aries goes first for the mid-months and say happy birthday and all. So I really apologize for not doing that, guys. Happy birthday. I know it's not one of those readings that are like, yay, my birthday, right? Because the reading is very intense, but I do want to wish you guys a lovely one. And keep in mind here, you guys are bearing in your full energy this month. I like that this stopped at the bottom of the deck. You guys are tapping into your full energy this month, meaning that you are going to walk away from what's not serving you. You are going to jump into a new beginning and express your own individualism and really get yourself out there in a better environment, an environment that's loving, an environment that's treating you correctly, okay? And finally, you're standing up for yourself if you haven't been standing up for yourself with that Queen of Wands. So there's so many things lining up here in the cards. I mean, Knight of Wands talks about, forward movement, distancing yourself from where you don't need to be. And then Ace of Cups here, going into an environment that spreads love and focusing on that love and not letting anything else interfere. So you'll be moving to a new environment Whether it's you physically moving, like you have to get away from your home, whether it's you letting go of a friend who just has this very toxic type of projection style, or a relationship that's very toxic. You know, this is you avoiding it all and really expressing your inner individualism this month, because that's what you need to follow through with, okay? And I wish I could have more details, but like I said, everybody, for this reading, for the people that it resonates to, there are going to be so many different things going on in those people's lives. You know, so many different types of stuff happening, limitations, etc., whatever. So it can't resonate, I can't resonate detail-wise to everybody, but I can see the general synopsis of what's going on. And like I did say, I do feel by the end of April here, you will have victory in this situation. You will be able to walk away from this person successfully to the point where you can express your own individualism. I see that being very successful for you. So I see it working out in the end, okay? So for those of you that this resonates with, it's a very deep and intense reading. I do apologize. But sometimes Spirit needs you to know that there is a grace of hope. And remember, the Star card recognizes that. The Star card talks about hope. So there is hope in this situation, and you are going to get to where you need to go. So I think that there was a reminder here for you guys that you're going to make it through what you're experiencing, especially if you're dealing with a toxic person. You're getting through it, and there's hope here. All right? So your life is going to change very, very soon and push into a much better way. You know, Queen of Cups. Your life's going to drastically change here, and it's going to get drastically better, especially when you let go and walk away from this person. And it's not so much about letting go. You've already let go. It's more so of successfully walking away from them and ending this cycle, okay? We see that happening here, and it will happen here. So nonetheless, Aries, I love you guys. Be safe out here, especially those of you that could potentially be dealing with an abusive situation. I don't talk about that much in readings, but this could be one of those readings that could pertain to an abusive relationship, whether it's mental or physical, doesn't matter. It's still abuse. Some of y'all could be dealing with that. So if you need to talk to somebody, such as the police, or if you need to talk to a therapist, or if you need to go to somebody, don't be hesitant too, okay? If anybody's dealing with an abusive one, you can literally go call the cops or do whatever you need to do to get yourself out of there, okay? Don't feel guilty for that. But either way, man, I love you guys. Stay safe with this situation. Stay safe out there with what's going on in the world currently with this virus. Be safe as well with that. And, you know, I'll see you guys in the mid-month. I apologize that we got this deep, but like I said, we need the dark to have the light. And I think that with the Star card here, hope was the biggest reminder. The hope that's going to take and carry you home to your very new beginning where you're going to be much happier. Okay? I like it. I like it a lot. All right, Aries, I love you guys. Enjoy your day. Enjoy the rest of your month. Enjoy your birthday as your birthdays are coming up. I love you guys. Turn up and have fun for me, especially with that quarantine and chill. Have yourselves a good time, all right? Love you guys, and I will catch you guys for the mid-months, okay? Peace.